everybody. Welcome to another Wednesday WIP Knockout. Today we are knocking out 3 more WIPs, or at least chiseling away at 3 WIPs, so that way you can make forward progress in some of your projects. If you haven't yet, if you don't know what this is, when WIP Knockouts, we go grab 3 projects, and then we slowly chisel away at them in our 3 20-minute sections that I block off. This live is very structured. So I'm going to give us about 5 minutes. So it just turned 2 at 2:05 my time. So 5 minutes. Go find 3 projects around your home that you've already started. They're WIPs. Maybe it's a project that you haven't touched in a really long time. Maybe it's a project that you literally just started yesterday. Doesn't really matter. And it doesn't matter if it's a crochet project or something else. I've had people come in and they just wanted to color. And so they were working on different color sheets for each 20-minute section. Or I had people doing chores during this and just listening along while we were interacting, and I was answering questions and sharing some stories, and then every 20 minutes they switched which chore they were doing. I've also had some people watch while they were working and switch up what it was that they were working on for every 20-minute section. Once we begin our first 20-minute section, I'll start talking about the projects that I am working on today. If you get a second, please share in the chat what 3 projects you're working on today, or if you are one of those rare people that just work on one project at a time, what project are you going to be working on during this live? I created this Wednesday WIP Knockout with intention. So many people were telling me how they're just feeling buried in their WIPs, buried in projects, and I am one of them. I was going through all of my totes and all of my closets and my garage, and I was like, this is just crazy. I have so many WIPs, and unfortunately, I never find the time to work on them, because I feel like if I am going to choose to work on an older project, that I end up having to sacrifice or replace something else I was going to do with my time with chiseling away at this older project. And honestly, most of the time I'm like, nope, I just have to do this other thing. This project can stay on hold for a little while longer. Then years go by and I still haven't touched the project. So I was also recently introduced to the idea or the mindset that if you can just baby steps, give just a little bit of time to something, you're still making some kind of forward progress with this something and eventually meeting your goal. And I was like, that's so true. And I feel like 20 minutes, I can spend 20 minutes on my cell phone. I can spend 20 minutes just going through Instagram or Pinterest, no problem whatsoever. So if I can just take 20 minutes and tunnel vision, blinders on, just work on a past WIP, I am making some forward progress with this project, and eventually this project will be complete. It'll be done. I can move it on. I can give it to whoever I intended to give it to. I can take it off my shelf and now make room for a new project, or in my case, just try to clean up my space. And I'm hoping that this structured live helps you too. So we have about less than 1 minute, and then I'm going to start the timer. The timer I have right here is going to be a 20-minute timer, and we will be focusing exclusively on project number 1. So hopefully you have your 3 projects ready to go, or are getting them ready to go. And please share with me what you're working on in the chat. It's going to help me a lot to have something to bounce off of. Plus, I really love to hear what you're doing, what you're working on. Also, if you have a question that you'd like to bring to the table today, please feel free to add it or ask your question in the chat. Start your question, though, with a couple question marks, because it helps attract my eye. Also, just throwing this out there, I do have super chats and super stickers available. It helps draw my attention if you use one. And I also appreciate any and all contributions. They go back into my channel and just help me to make better content for you. All right, it is now 2:05, and I am going to start our first 20-minute timer. Here we go, 20 minutes. And I'm going to peek at this periodically to let you know how much time is left on the timer for us to focus on our projects. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. The first 5 minutes of these structured lives, these Wednesday WIP knockouts, I try to get as much kind of introductory info in the first 5 minutes because I only want to give us 5 minutes to prep before I start the timer for the replays. So that way things can move faster, move quicker. Now that the timer has already begun, I can slow down a little bit because we're already into the first section, the first timed block. And I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to say hello, and then I'm going to share with you what projects I'm going to be working on today. La, la, la. Hi, Nessa. So good for you to be here. I'm so glad to see you. You're about to walk your dog? I love it. You're also working. Okay, so I love that. I love when people can listen, join in while they're still at work. Hi, Fran. Welcome, welcome. Firelight Creations. Hello, hello. I think that's Sarah. Oh, A Godly Man 2002. You are awesome. You've been here every Wednesday. I love seeing you in the comment section. Dragon. Hey, Tiffany. I am making a few things, but today I am making a blanket. Oh, I love it. All my work goes to my best friend for her photography business. I love that. I thought about doing that for a hot second a couple of years ago, making photo props for like baby photo props, those kind of things. Oh my gosh, baby photography. They need all of like the things they can get and all the colors and all the textures because you can get some really good pictures, some really good photos with some nice crocheted items. And it just makes it feel more homey, more kind of grounded and natural. I don't know. It's just beautiful. So that's really neat that you can do that. Oh my gosh. Freddie says making socks for winter. Oh, I'm so jealous right now. I have made one pair of socks. They didn't, I mean, the socks themselves, they look good. You know, the structure of them is there, but the size is too big. I definitely went a little too large with the size. And that was just, I'm going to say that's just because it was my first pair of socks. A lot of room for learning, a lot of opportunity there. But I plan on frogging that pair of socks and remaking them because they were a gift for somebody. And I want this person to actually use them, but they can't currently use them because they're just too big. And I was like, okay, I'll just frog that and I'll start over. I'll try that again. But very cool. There's so many socks that I would love to make. Hi, Alex. Welcome, welcome. Christy, hi. Your WIPs that you're working on are crochet snuggle blanket. I love it. A knitted shawl, very cool, and a crocheted Christmas blanket. Yes, I love it. Sandra Carlton, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Working on a mosaic crochet project in the round. Ooh, I would love to see what that looks like. Started it yesterday while riding out Hurricane Francine. Oh my gosh, I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's always a little nerve-wracking whenever weather is a factor, especially hurricanes. But I feel like many people in the areas where they get hurricanes, they kind of just know how to live through it most of the time. They're like, just kind of like shut the blind, close the shutters, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. You kind of got it down and you know when it's time to like leave. So I hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you so much for the happy birthday things. My birthday was on Thursday last year. Or last year. Sorry, I'm like reading and talking at the same time. It was last week. I am a September baby. Happy birthday, short violin player. Happy 55th birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. All right, question marks. I am only working on my blanket. Good for you. I have been working on it for about 4 weekends, Wednesdays. Nice. I have a question. What are you working on? Oh, took me a long enough time to get through that question. I will get through that in just a second. I'm almost at the bottom here. We have 14 minutes left in block number 1. Hopefully you are chiseling away at your projects. Lana says, I'm just starting a baby blanket for a friend who just had a baby boy. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, I got a question. How hot is it in Texas? So it's finally starting to cool down. Thank goodness. It's a bit overcast today, which is different. Different. I think today we got in the 80s. But I heard we're going to spike this weekend to go back to the hundreds. So we will see. It's the weather is fighting it. It's like, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay hot. But yeah, I'm very curious how this fall and winter are going to look. Okay. The projects that I plan on chiseling away today, to do it today, I was going to try to make it like a granny square day where all I was working on were different granny squares, but one didn't quite work out. The one project I'm going to work on right now, because I got it started, it's on my crochet hook. It's right here. I have, you guys see that Noro yarn review video that I just made? The Noro yarn review? Well, I got this Sonata. Yeah, Sonata. I got this Sonata yarn. It's so pretty. There we go. This green is just gorgeous. And when I first felt it, I was like, wearable. I have got to make some kind of wearable with this. And I asked my daughter. My daughter is a plant nut. She loves plants. Loves. She's got the green thumb, and I'm very proud of her. But I saw this green and I instantly thought of her, and I was like, can I make you something? And she's like, sure, make me a top. And I was like, okay, do you have any ideas of what you would want? Because she's a teenager. So that's always a good question to ask. Like, okay, what would you want? And so she mentioned, she showed me some pictures of a lightweight button up like t-shirt top. I was like, okay, very casual. And a few of the tops that she showed me had different granny squares styles. And so I'm going to make this granny square style. It's got like post stitches. Let me see if there we go. Post stitches vertically and horizontally. So I'm going to make a bunch of these. That's what I'm making right now to try to chisel away at making a top for her. And I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for it. But I mean, tops take time. So it might be next summer that she gets to enjoy it. Ugh. Oh, crochet. We got to love it. The second project I'm going to work on, I've talked about this a couple Wednesdays. I have these mini granny squares. I have these giant Lion brand Pound of Love. Yep. Pound of Love cake skeins back here, and I'm making a bunch of these mini granny squares, and that I'm going to make a duffel bag. I'm very excited, but that's going to take a lot of granny squares. So that's a project I'm slowly chiseling away at. And then the third project kind of has some kind of granny in it, but it's a project I've been tinkering with for over a year, and I just decided to pull it out, and we'll see how it goes. We have 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. So here is the bottom, and if you look closer, they are hexagons. Let's see if I can show it in a better way. It's not really showing up on camera very well. A little better there. A little better there. So they're hexagons that I joined together to make the bottom of a tote bag. So it'll be that. And then I'm going to use black, and I'm going to make like a mesh top of the bag. So the top of the bag would be very, very open, where the bottom is more solid. And so the black mixed with that. We'll see how it goes. Again, this is a project that I haven't touched in a long time. And that's the point of these lives, is to slowly chisel. 9 minutes, 30 seconds. See if I can make a little bit of a dent on this granny square before I run out of time. I end up doing that. I end up talking too much, and then my Wednesday WIP knockouts are not as productive for me, but that's okay, because I can always go back and I can always give myself those 20 minutes. And what I'm hoping for you is that you're enjoying the conversation while you are currently working away at something. And remember, you can always come back to these. There's replays. And so if you are in the middle of the week or late at night or early in the morning, some other random time, and you'd like to come back to one of these and just have the structured timer and just grab 3 projects and join along whenever you want, you are more than welcome to use these however many times that you want. I just hope they're helpful. Again, I hear way too often people are just overwhelmed. Does this apply to you at all? Are you just overwhelmed with how many WIPs that you have at home and would love to just kind of like find time to work on them, knock them out? That's what this is for. Instead of giving you more to do, I'm helping you just clean house. What is your pillow? A Godly Man, 2002. We talked about that thing? That guy right there. I finally put, the other day, I put up all of our fall decor around the house. And this pillow is in our fall decor. I bring it out this time of year. So that was actually a tutorial. I did a whole video tutorial on how to make this guy. Right there. I have 2 tutorials. In fact, I have one tutorial that shows you how to make the pumpkin square. And then I have a second tutorial that shows you how to take those squares and turn it into that pillow right there. So that way, if you wanted to do something else with the squares, like make a tote bag or make a bandana or whatever, you could do that. You weren't pigeonholed into, I can only make this square for this pillow. I always try to do that with my tutorials. I try to think outside the box. Like, how can I make this project stretch out so that way people can use their creative imagination to do whatever they want with it? And so that's kind of why some of my tutorials are broken up the way they are, because I want to give you that ability. Or like this pillow, you see how it's done. But what if you wanted to have different squares in there? Or like I have another pillow I started. It's another WIP that I'll probably be pulling out next month. Like, I have so many. Oh my gosh, I have so many. But basically, I was going to make another pillow for winter, and it has evergreen trees. Like Christmas trees, but there's no decorations. So like evergreen trees in every square. And I started with that. So you can insert whatever you want. It's just the idea of the structure. I think sometimes people, they just need to see how something is put together. And once they see how easy something can be to put together, it just opens up their mind to so many possibilities, like so many doors open up. And I love it. I love it and I hate it at the same time, because whenever I get super inspired, I all of a sudden want to make 5 more projects. I'm like, when will I have time to do all of this? The time. It's like a blessing and a curse, being a crafter. There's so much that you want to do, but so little time. All right, let me dig into the comments right here. Got so many people in here. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad for you to be here. I appreciate your time. You guys are awesome. Just a quick reminder, if you would like to ask a question, you are more than welcome to. Please start your question with like 3 question marks because that helps my eye. I'm going to be kind of zooming through these chats, the chat, and I don't want to miss anybody's question. And if I do miss your question, just ask it again. I'm sure I will catch it at some point. Got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in section number 1. Just a reminder, after section number 1, we're going to have a 5-minute transition before we jump into section number 2. And this 5-minute transition will help us to finish the row or wrap up the project that we were working on in section number 1, block number 1. It'll allow us to put that project away nice and neatly, pick up our second project, get ourselves situated before we begin. And then between block 2 and block 3, we're going to stretch. I'm going to have a whole like crochet crafter like stretch session to help our bodies keep us healthy. And it's really short and it's nothing crazy, but it gives us an opportunity to do some nice crochet or stretches. Oh, Racine's here. Welcome, Racine. Oodles and caboodles of crafts. Hello, hello, hello. A Godly Man 2002 says, well, I haven't been crocheting for a while, so this has got me back into crochet. Oh, the Velour pillow. Oh, I have it right here too. See, it's always right next to me. I talk and I distract myself. Velour pillow. I got this one. This is the one that I got, that I use. I had it like literally right there. I get to talking, and then I distract myself. But I always feel better when I put it on. It's funny, the other day I was crocheting on the couch in my living room, and I did not have my Velour pillow. And I was noticing that my shoulder was starting to hurt. And I was like, what is going on? And I was like, oh. And I went and I grabbed my Velour pillow, and the pain went away. It was gone. I was like, that's so crazy. So crazy. It does help. It does help. But again, if you can find a substitute that works for you, I only care that you care for your body. If the Velour pillow helps you, then fantastic. It helps me and it's helped a lot of other people. But if there's something else that will also work and helps you out, then please do it. Take care of your body. It'll just help you to continue doing what you love. It is just so sad, all of the stories that I've read, I've heard, people emailing me, people telling me that they're getting rid of all their yarn because they can't crochet or knit anymore because they hurt too much, or telling me stories about how they can't craft anymore because their shoulders kill them, or their back hurts them, or their elbows, something that's taken them out of commission. Like, that's so sad. Let's keep you crocheting. Short violin player, how long have you been crocheting? Oh, girl, I have been crocheting since I was about 4 years old. My grandmother taught me when I was little to get me to sit still because I was a very hyperactive child. And the act of crocheting made me have to focus. And so I just kind of went from crazy to honed in, okay, how do I do this? And it works. Then I really just made blankets. Blankets were my go-to for years. I didn't really know anything different. I didn't have books. I didn't have anybody that I knew that crocheted. So I had no inspiration. I I really had nothing. And at the time, I didn't have the internet either. So I just made blankets, and I used a couple really inexpensive little stitch like pamphlet type deals that you would get from Michael's that would be like on a rack, and use those for some like stitch inspirations, I guess. And that was kind of how I started. It was really rough, but it was full of passion. Everything I did was because I loved it. All right, our first 20-minute session is over, guys. The alarm is going off. I'm now going to set the alarm for 5 minutes, or the timer for 5 minutes. Go ahead and wrap up your row, or find a good pausing place, good stopping place. Where am I at with I'm halfway, so there's no real way I'm gonna make it all the way around. I'll at least get a few more stitches in. I have a few more minutes. But thank you for asking. My crochet journey has been very interesting. It has taken me some very interesting paths. I have some very interesting stories. But that's one thing I love about crochet, and I need to put it on a t-shirt. It's just crochet journey. Everybody's crochet journey is different. Where crochet takes people is also vastly different, and it's fascinating to me. I love to hear it. I love to hear people's stories. Emma, yeah, you say yes, very overwhelmed. And that's what this is for. I hear that a lot. I always feel bad too when I come out with tutorials. I come out with mini tutorials, and the feedback I'll get is, oh my gosh, it's another one I want to add to my list, but I got to get through all of these other projects that I really want to do. And I just don't want to stress you out. I want to inspire, of course. I want to show you some cool stuff, but I don't want to add to your list and stress you out. So this hopefully is helping. This helps. A faithful duo, welcome. Just popped in to say hi as I have to work this session, but we'll hopefully be joining in next one. Awesome. So I see the A Godly Man 2002 saying you can get a boppy instead of a Volare. You can, but they are not the same. You can, but they are not the same. I actually have a boppy, but I don't want to make this whole live about the difference between a Volare and a boppy pillow. I had quite a few people say, the Volare pillow is just a boppy, just get a boppy. And I was curious. I was like, all right, well, let's see. Let's see. So I bought a boppy pillow on Amazon, and I have it. It's in the closet over there. And I have done a couple different media posts comparing the two, and they are actually very, very different. If the Volare or if the boppy pillow helps you, then by all means, use it. That's all I care about, is just using something that works for you. But for me, it did not even come close. Did not even come close. I tried it. I was like, I tried to be completely unbiased. Like, all right, will this work? Okay. Felt it out, and I was like doing the thing. The whole thing was awful. It was all bad. Like all bad. Didn't work. It wasn't comfortable. It didn't fit right. It kept shifting, and it wasn't tall enough, and it wasn't comfortable. So, I mean, again, I came at it from an unbiased opinion. That's just how I felt about it without even comparing it to the Volare pillow. But again, if it'll work for you, then by all means. So pillow. Where can you get a Volare pillow? Well, let me help you out. Got 40 seconds. Hopefully at this point you have put away project number 1 nice and neatly, folded it up, put that away, grabbed project number 2, and you are ready to go. My project number 2 is going to be those mini granny squares over there. But in the meantime, I didn't anticipate anybody chatting it up about the Volare pillow. Let me help you out. It's really cool, actually, just being able to help people out with their crochet health. It's such a big deal, and not enough people talk about it. Right, so what I just put in the comments is a link to the website and also the coupon code to get it cheaper. Okay. 20-minute timer, session number 2. Here we go. Boom. Let me grab these guys, putting you away nice and neatly, like I said. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. It's funny. I do have another granny square project that I'm working on, and it also uses the very basic granny square style. And I always confuse the two when I bounce back and forth between these two projects. I always get them mixed up with each other, and I always, dang it! Like, I don't need 2 rows of this. I only need 1. Where am I at? What one needs more? You. I'll make more of you. Okay. I've got them like in a line over here with a count, so that way I can see how many are in each pile, and I can like gauge off of which one I need to work on next. Get this started, and then I'll jump back into the chat because, you know, starting a granny square is always finicky. Especially, I started using the magic ring because it makes the center so tight. But then by using the magic ring, gotta like focus for round 1. 1, 2, 3, and one more side. 1, 2, 3. Cool. There we go. All right, jumping into the chat. La, la, la. What am I working on right now? So right now, granny squares. I did 1 granny square for a top that I'm making for my daughter. That was round 1. Round 2, I'm making these mini granny squares for a bigger project that I'll make later. It'll take me a while to build up enough granny squares to actually make this project. And then next, I'm working on a tote bag. We'll see how that goes. It's been almost a year since I've touched it, and so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I have some of those projects that I haven't touched in over a year, and it's like, it is time. It is time to start chiseling away at these. Make them go away. Oh my goodness. Aw, thank you so much, A Godly Man 2002. Says, no question, just wanted to say I started crocheting because of you. Thank you so much. Lots of love. I'm so glad that I could help inspire you to dive in and get started again. 16 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Does it work for others? It didn't work for me either. No. I wonder, Oops. Something went wrong. Okay. I got it. Do this a different way. La la la. Try this. No, not you. What is happening? La la la. Ooh. It's just thevalari.com. Just go there. It won't have my affiliate link to it, which is fine. If you use the coupon code, then you get a discount and it tracks it back to me. So cool. Should you get the Valari pillow? Only if you crochet a lot and you are starting to notice after crocheting for a little while that you start to get little aches and pains in your back, up your neck, your shoulders, maybe your elbows, your lower back. Honestly, if you could start before all of that starts happening, that would be great. Preventative measures. But I've also heard some people who had surgery really appreciate the support of this pillow. I've heard some people that have other disabilities that this pillow helps support them and make them more comfortable. So there's a lot of pros, but I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not going to tell you something just to make you buy it. Like, get it only if you think it'll help you. I care about you. I don't care about the sale, okay? I care about you. Are you going to do a tutorial for the duffel bag? Oh, definitely, by far. And it'll be super easy because it's just making a bunch of these granny squares and assembling them in the right way and then joining them together. That's all it is. So that's one cool thing about granny squares is they're like Legos. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Granny squares are like Legos. You can form almost anything with them. But yeah, that'll be really cool. And then I'll basically just show how to make the basic granny square for those people that have never made one before or just need a refresher, and then be like, okay, now that you know how to make this granny square, make like 100 of them. Yeah. Go for it. I think because I have to be complicated, there's going to be a couple probably like halfy granny squares that are like the triangle, like a half granny square, to give the duffel bag like a really cool rounded angle. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not overcomplicate it? It's what I do. Oh my gosh. And I'll show how to do that too. Make it super easy peasy. All right, so we got 12 minutes left in session number 2. Stick around, guys, because between session 2 and session 3, we're going to do a crochet stretch. Let's stretch it out. Get our bodies moving just a little bit. All right, some talking points that I wrote down that I would love to touch on before you guys go anywhere. The month of September, I'm hosting a soap sack campaign on my YouTube channel. So right now, I am looking for everybody to try to crochet at least one soap sack and donate it either locally or send it to Stacy at Soap Sacks in New Jersey. I have all of the information that you need located in a social media post or a community post on my YouTube channel. So if you just go to my YouTube channel and click on community, there's a post in there. There's multiple posts. I'm going to be reminding people all month long about this soap sack campaign that's going on right now. And it has all the information that you need, like where to ship it, the information on the soap sack, sizes, materials, all that jazz. But that's happening right now. And I have a goal that I think we'll be able to smash of 500 soap sacks. I know it sounds like a lot, but if everybody made just one, we would kill that. We would kill that goal like crazy. And it's honestly such a good cause, and it does so many amazing things that I didn't even realize. And the fact that it's just a fast, easy project, like, dang. So I'm already working on some myself to donate and contribute to the cause. And so I just want to bring that reminder, like bring that to everyone's attention. Got that going on. Also, not this weekend, but next weekend, the 20th through the 22nd. September 20th through the 22nd is the DFW Fiber Fest. If you live in Texas, you've got to go to this. It is the largest fiber festival in Texas. I know. I'm going to be there the whole time. It's awesome. I'm at the point now where I've made friends and connections, and I'm going to be at the Fiber Lady booth where they have my yarn, and I'm going to be around the event doing some social media lives and social media marketing for the festival, and it's going to be awesome. I've gone twice, 2 years, and every year it's a little bit different, and every year it's just almost overwhelming how much yarn is there. You just leave so like mentally fatigued in a way, because you're just like, whoa, and just like it's all so different, and just like, oh, you'll see. I'll make sure to just blast as much video, live pictures, everything that I can. But if you can make it, it's just quite the experience. So yeah, wanted to make sure that I shared awareness on that as well. Does it feel like Oregon yet in Texas? Starting to. But it's kind of doing a psych 8 minutes in session number 2. It's kind of doing a psych thing, because right now it's feeling kind of Oregon-ish, but this weekend I heard we're supposed to have another 100-degree day. So be like, psych, haha, you thought the weather was cooling down. You were wrong. Oh, Thrifty Crocheter says, funny, before you mentioned soap sacks, I was going to ask you about it. Good timing. See, great minds think alike. We were on the same wavelength. Oh, Samantha, thank you. She says, I love your channel. Oh, Mercedes Nickerson, I wish I could go. I do too. But for those people that can't make it, that's what I'm for, right? I'm going to try to make all the social media content. I'm going to probably have a ton of content I'm going to put on my stories, my Instagram stories. I'm sure I'm going to go live quite a few times while I'm there, just to, I haven't given it a whole lot of thought, but I might just stay live. What do you guys think about that? Would that be crazy? Would that just be too much if I just started live like in the morning and stayed on just like for hours, just kind of walking around the event, talking to people, talking to vendors, and just kind of like stayed live the whole time? Would that be crazy? Would that be too much? I'm almost wondering if it'd be cool. Like, would that be cool? Oh, you love that. Okay. Neat. Good feedback. Good feedback. I can probably make that. That would be interesting. Literally, just like all day. Like, what's Tiffany doing? Where's she at right now? I mean, it starts to feel like Oregon. Well, Oregon has changed a little bit the last few years. It's gotten a little warmer, but um, it'll start feeling like Oregon. Yeah, November, December, for sure. January, definitely. February, not so much. February gets frigid here in Texas. And February is so cold in Texas. Definitely different. It's like to the bone, whereas Oregon is just wet. It's just wet and cold is almost worse than dry and cold. I don't know. No. Yay! I finished one. I talk too much. These things are more distracting for me, but I hope it's helping you. I hope this live is helping you, that you're able to stay focused. Good job if you are. Good job staying focused. Interesting, Nessa. Very true on the battery. Yes, very true on that. That's a good point. With it being, I'd have to think about that. I might like do battery packs or something. I can always make it work, but I'd have to also be if I got to the point where my phone was overheating or something where it's like your phone says it's gonna die, it needs a break, then I could always like say that. But you're right about it could always be overwhelming, but the viewer can always like click away too if they need a break. They wouldn't have to be there the whole time. Yay, Cindy! I'm glad you made a live. That is true. The thing I'm thinking is if I'm live the whole time, then those random things that happen that you're like, dang it, I missed that. Or I didn't catch that on camera. Like you capture everything. It's worth a try. I might just try it and see and be like, okay, if it doesn't work, then I'll just like tell the camera. I'll just tell you guys, be like, okay, I tried this. It's not working. Tiffany, what part of Texas are you in? I'm in North Texas. So I'm about 30 minutes west of Dallas. So if you know where Dallas, Texas is, it's 30 minutes west. That's where I am. You're a Texas girl yourself. You got where are you at? Where are you at? Am I making a temperature blanket for 2025? I'm definitely tempted. Like right there. Part of me got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Part of me is like, gosh, what could I possibly do that's different? Because I just did the sampler blanket crochet along project this year, not a temperature blanket, but a sampler. If I did another temperature blanket, I would want it to be something that would capture my attention all year long, because I too struggle with certain projects getting bored, and then if I'm bored with it, I've lost my motivation for it, and it's really difficult for me to finish it. That's hence why I did the temperature / sampler blanket last year. So I'm still thinking about how I would do it. I've got some ideas, but the goal. Learning to Tunisian crochet. Do you recommend a good hook? Awesome, Cindy. I've been dabbling with Tunisian crochet myself, and I've been having a blast. I have really been enjoying it. So I've only just kind of started digging in, but loving it. Right now, I'm the super inexpensive, budget-friendly Amazon Tunisian crochet hooks that look like this. So if you go to Amazon and just type in Tunisian crochet hooks, these will pop up. Like these will be what you see. And they're working great just to learn and to start. Once you get more efficient and want bigger projects, you want to do some blankets or maybe some big wearables, and this is just not wide enough for you, then right now I'm looking at the Latte crochet hooks or Tunisian hooks. The Latte brand is just so beautiful. So for me, I can't use furl crochet hooks because of the way I crochet. The ergonomic bump in the furls hook, it just is awkward for my hand. And it makes me so sad because furl crochet hooks are just stunning. They're just gorgeous. And so I'm like, bummer. Okay. But I found Latte hooks. Latte hooks are streamlined. This right here is a Latte hook. It's streamlined, but this one right here is driftwood because I love earthy. So this is the driftwood Latte hook, and it works amazing. I love it. Yes, it's wood, and I'm not generally a fan of wood, but this is just, I love working with it. It's great. Okay, session 2 is done. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the timer. 2 minutes. Wrap up your project. Find a good stopping point. Put your project off to this, put it away, fold it up nice and neatly, put it away, and then just stand up and we'll start doing stretches in 1 minute, 40 seconds. But so I went and I looked at Latte hooks. Latte has Tunisian versions. I'm gonna get myself a set. That is next on my list. I'm getting myself a set of Latte Tunisian crochet hooks. And I'm thinking about doing, because I like earthy. It just connects with me. Anything earthy. And so I'm going to get the umber ones, the darker wood. So nice. So sexy. So beautiful. Yes. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Because I want to make some larger Tunisian projects. Hey, 1 minute. 1 minute. But that's just my recommendation. If there is another one that, like, first I'd start with the Amazon ones, the aluminum Amazon ones. See how you feel. And then if you want to upgrade, that's just an option. There's a lot of options out there. And I'd recommend you checking out all of them, like take a peek at all of them, see what you connect to, what you really like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up a little bit. Zoom out just a teensy. All right, 12 seconds. You guys ready? Whew. We're going to do this together. Hopefully you're standing up. If you have, okay, timer just went off. If you have any particular body things to be aware of, like, oh, I can't do that stretch, then don't do it. Make another accommodation for yourself and helping to stretch, or just move the one part of the body that we are working on. I don't want you to overextend yourself. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Be very mindful of your body. I am not a doctor. I'm not a physical therapist. I am just a crochet instructor. So if what I am doing doesn't feel good to you, then don't do it, please. This is all about just taking care of your body. We have just been sitting in a chair for 40 plus minutes in one position. It's not great for our bodies to stay seated or stay in one position for too long, because it affects the circulation that happens in our body. It affects certain parts of our muscles. It's just going to lead to problems. So they say rule of thumb, every 40 minutes to just stand up and do some stretches, and you can sit back down and keep doing what you were doing. I keep it short. I try to do just 5 stretches. They're all different. The parts of the body that I try to hit are usually the neck, the shoulders, the upper, the chest, the forearms, the wrists, the fingers, the upper back, lower back. That's more than 5. I don't do all areas every week. I try to mix it up every week, doing something different. So that way it's not like the same thing over and over. Kind of try to shake it up a little bit. So starting from the top, let's go ahead and work our neck. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to do the yeses and the nos. So, or I'm going to do the side to sides and the ups and backs. So go ahead and take your head and lean your ear to your right shoulder. And then we're going to come over and to your left shoulder. So we're not rolling forward. We're just going to go back and forth. Right shoulder. Left shoulder. One more time. Right shoulder. And left shoulder. Great. Now we're going to go up and back. So chin forward, chin back. There's one. We're going to do 3 of them. Chin forward, chin back. There's 2. Chin forward, chin back. There's 3. Great. Okay, next we're going to focus on, it's kind of a combination of our chest and our shoulder. So generally when I do this stretch, I try to find a wall. And what I will do is I'll put my body up against the wall and I'll extend my arm. Okay, so extending my arm. And then I'll move my body away from my arm. So you still see it back there. And this stretches right here. If you can get your body close to the wall, you'll really feel it. It's a really nice stretch, especially when we've just been doing this whole time. So we need to do the reverse part for our body. And then hold it for about 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, other side, other arm, gotta do both sides. So again, right here, and then turn your body away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that feels so good. Now that we are by a wall, hopefully you're also by a table or a desk or some kind of surface. We're now going to focus on our forearms. Come to a flat surface. Take your palm, fingers facing towards you. Very gentle with your body. Don't do anything harsh, fast. Ease into it. Just try to make your palm flat if you can. And we're just going to stretch our forearm. Hold it for about 10 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other forearm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Next, we're going to do some finger extensions. So each finger I'm going to hold for 5 seconds. I love these. They feel so good. So just take your finger and then bend it back just a little bit. This is going to help stretch all in our palm. And we're not yanking, just putting a little bit of pressure on it. Then holding 5 seconds. And then the next one. 3, 4, 5. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our thumbs, we're going to want to pull away and then back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next hand, start with the thumb. Out and back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, great. Last stretch that we're going to do with each other is just the lower back. And all I'm going to do is a forward hang. So And this is one where you might need to make accommodations, might need to make some adjustments. If you cannot do this stretch, that's okay. Try to find another way to stretch your lower back. Don't just, I can't do it, so I'm not going to do it. Still try to find some way to stretch your lower back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to lean forward. Oh, it feels so good. Oh my gosh. I love this one. Like, oh, right there. Oh, yes. Oh. If I were able to get on the ground, I'd do like the child's pose, but then you wouldn't be able to see me, or I would just look ridiculous. So, that feels so good. I could stay here for a long time. All right, I could probably stay there for another 30 seconds, but we have session number 3 to work on. We have a structured live to get back to. So I am going to move on to this structured live. If you would like to take a few more seconds in one of those stretches, by all means, go for it. Okay, and I think that's good. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Try that. That's better. Okay. Hopefully that felt good. So the point of the stretches, it's not that you have to stretch for a long time. It's not that you have to do anything strenuous. It's basically just to take your body out of the position that it's been in for such a long time. Right, grab project number 3, and here we go. This is the last session. This is the last block of time for this Wednesday WIP knockout, and then we are complete for the day. Oh, somebody left. Oh, bye. Lana says, shouldn't I learn to crochet longer before trying Tunisian crochet? I don't know if somebody else already answered this, but my personal opinion is that they're completely different. To an extent, they're just very different. So some people they started crocheting with Tunisian crochet and had to learn regular crochet. So it's not like a level that you have to reach in order to start playing with Tunisian. You can start now, and you might find that you actually like it better, easier, or maybe it's something where you're like, nope, not yet. It's all personal. All right, I'm gonna dive into this third project. I think this third project is one that it's a project that I haven't touched in a while, and I'm almost experimenting while I go. So I don't know if this was a wise decision to choose this project during a live, but we're going to go with it. If it doesn't work, then I will just put it off to the side. I'll maybe grab one of my other projects. Oh, yeah, Nessa already answered it. They're different. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Nessa has a lot of experience with Tunisian crochet. I end up asking her some questions sometimes, like experiences, what she thought. Nessa's a great resource for me. So hopefully she helps you too. Cindy said she tried Clover and sent one back. It was too much drag. Okay. Good to know. And she generally loves Clover everything. So Lattern Moon is a lot better. Oh, I got to check out Lattern Moon. We'll try the one Tiffany has. I mean, it's worth a try. They're beautiful. If anything, I feel like finding these Likey crochet hooks was like finding my furls. Because like I mentioned, I'm so sad that I can't use furls, but finding something equivalent for myself anyway, it's cool. It's very cool. I'm grateful because I like having pretty things. I like having pretty things. Sarah, you start saying a lot. Let me go. It's hot most of the year for me. Dallas is North Texas, so they get more temperature and snow every year. I mean, yeah, we'll get a flurry. We don't get snow often. So you're south. My favorite time of year here is spring. Spring is really pretty. The blue bonnet. I started Tunisian crochet a year after I learned crochet. I've heard some knitters are comfortable learning Tunisian crochet. You hold stitches on the same. Yeah, they're a little bit more similar. I've heard the same, where sometimes knitters have an easier transition with Tunisian crochet. I love metal Tunisian hooks. They used to only be on AliExpress, but they are on Amazon. I bet if you still went to AliExpress, that they'd be cheaper. The only thing with AliExpress is sometimes their shipping is just crazy long. Cindy Cook says, I love it and plan on making a baby blanket coming in April. Cute. Do you think Tony is a good teacher for Tunisian? I do. I think Tony is amazing. I've met her in person too. She's just a great person. And when it comes to teaching, I've actually used quite a few of her videos to help reference. As with everyone, I think there are probably days or certain tutorials that we would want to like redo or do again just to make it even better. But in general, I think Tony is a great Tunisian teacher. Oh, I love that, Nessa. That was great. Thanks for saying that. So Nessa said something directed at Lana. Just to remember, it's all yarn and hooks. So you can always unravel your project and try it again. The important part is that you are happy and enjoying yourself with the project and technique. I love that. That's, I mean, so true. The whole idea, the whole process of crochet is supposed to be our creative outlet. It's supposed to be us able to experiment, play, and make something beautiful and something we enjoy. If it's not something you enjoy, then rethink it. Like try something different, shake it up, play with something new, that a new yarn, new hook, new style, new technique. If it's not for you, it's not for you, but never force yourself to like do something that you're not having fun with. Metals are your favorite. Interesting. Good to know. Sarah, I know it's you, but Fire Lake Creations was talking about Tunisian, the metal. I'm generally a big fan of the aluminum hooks myself. Just they glide so nicely, and they don't have the what's the word? Friction. They don't have the friction that a lot of other hooks do. Oh, great. Tony does have a video on different Tunisian crochet hooks and which one works best for her too. And everyone's different too. But it's great when you can see different options. That's so true, Nessa. There's actually quite a few Tunisian crochet teachers, content creators on YouTube. And so if one person makes a video that connects to you better than another, then that is a great option, like bouncing between different instructors. Like this instructor was great with this technique and that instructor was great with that technique. I mean, there's so many options. I love that about YouTube. Do I teach Tunisian crochet? So currently I am dabbling with teaching tutorials in my crochet club. I had quite a few members. So over my crochet club, I try to create content for whatever they want. And I'm still working on quite a few things. There's, a lot lots and lots of room for growth, and it's all going to just take time, but there's a lot that I'm doing over there. And I started a whole Tunisian section where I am starting to teach Tunisian over there. But if I ever brought it to YouTube, it would be a second. It would definitely be a second. Oh, thank you, Kathy. She says my name is Kathy, and she uses boy. Boy, like the crochet hook I'm using right now is a boy. Boy is usually my go-to crochet hook, my regular crochet hook. Ergonomic is not for me just yet. I might get there eventually, but not yet. Got 10 minutes. Ah, la, la. Great. This is going to be interesting. Hope this turns out. Starting the whole mesh part. Speaking of my crafters gathering, we have a meeting tonight, and I'm going to be sharing the basic corner to corner style crochet. Some people were curious about it, so I'm going to show how to do a very basic version of a corner to corner pattern. There's just so many, oh my gosh, there's so many different types of crochet. It's so amazing. I mean, if you ever get bored with one, try one of the many other. We've been dabbling with a lot over there in the crochet club. We had some people asking about broomstick crochet. We had some people asking about Tunisian crochet, and now corner to corner. Had mosaic. It's crazy. 1, 2, 3. Woo-hoo-hoo. How you guys doing? How you holding up? No, we're in session 3, just closing in on the end of session 3. So it's been a hot second. How you guys doing? Oh, sweet. I'm excited too, Racine. It'll be good to see you. Different topic for our book next month, the waterfall stitch one. I wasn't sure if you have had a chance to try out the new stitch yet. I have it. Oh my gosh, that's another one. The waterfall style. I haven't even got a chance to touch it yet. I have the book, but I haven't played with it yet. Oh gosh, all these different types. Wow. This year, so many different things. Tried so many different things. I have heard that too, Nessa, where a lot of people just love corner to corner projects. It's a project also that I see a lot of graph gans being made with that style. And so I've heard that it's very fast and it creates a very pretty pattern. So it'll be neat. It'll be neat to dive into that basic shape. Fire Lake Creations. That's very interesting. You like corner to corners, but depending on the yarn, it can be really squishy. Interesting. It's all good, Fran. I love that you're here. She says I'm cooking, but I'm listening. So cool. Ooh. Emma, that sounds lovely. She's working on a crochet pella right now with lace across it in bobble stitch. Ah, that sounds so pretty. Lana, unfortunately, no. The corner to corner demonstration is going to be in my crochet club tonight. Every Wednesday night, we go live together on a Zoom call. So you can either choose to just watch the live, or you can jump into the Zoom and we can see each other and talk. We can have conversations. And I started doing some educational elements to every weekly live starting in January. And so that is going to be over in my crochet club. And you can access that through my website. Going to my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, you'll see membership. It was important to me to be able to have the ability to have such a community where I could see you and I could actually hear you. And YouTube didn't have that option. So I brought my membership program for that opportunity over to my website where I could offer that as an option. There we go, right there. And if you want to try, Lana, I have a 7-day free trial period. So if you went over to my website and you signed up, you could still join tonight. You can still be a part of it underneath the free trial. And then if you choose to not stick around, then you can always just discontinue it. But I would hope that you would stick around. Ooh, Nessa says she's done a couple corner to corner blankets with ombre or self-striping yarn. That's what I think would be so pretty and so much fun. You gifted them. They came out really pretty. I love it. Is this the last round? It is the last round. This is round number 3. We have 4 minutes left of round number 3. Honestly, Cindy, she said she tried a corner to corner and it came out wonky, but it was her first one. Sometimes our first go at things is wonky, and the second time we have a little bit more of a bearing, and it ends up looking so much better. So I encourage you to try again. I bet you'll love the second one so much more. Hello, Purple Crochet and more with Dreeny. You're working on a mosaic blanket. How fun. I just dabbled with the envelope border, and I heard that that's a great border to use for mosaic crochet because of all the ends. That would be really crazy, making a giant mosaic blanket and having all those ends. So having the opportunity or the ability to use like an envelope border to wrap up your project without having to weave in all those ends is brilliant. Yeah, see, Fran's all about it. She's like, corner to corner is a lot of fun. I have heard so many people that just absolutely love corner to corner. A sleeping fox. Cindy says she is doing a mosaic blanket. It's a sleeping fox. Love it. Oh, you sew in the ends as you go? Smart. So smart. I'm going to try to get a few more stitches in before that alarm goes off. We got 1 minute and 50 seconds. Woo-hoo. Oh my goodness. Feel like I'm playing yarn chicken, but I'm not playing yarn chicken. I'm playing time chicken. Ooh. "20 seconds." Oh, and there it is. Ah. All right. Our session number 3 is complete. Go ahead and take a moment to wrap up your row, finish up whatever last little bits you need to finish up with your project so that way you can find a good pausing place, a good stopping place. Whew. I always love these. I have so much fun hanging out with you and getting to chit chat in the chat here. Being able to just work on some whips, chisel away at some of these things, get a little bit further forward progress with these to finish them up. Feels so good. I hope that you feel the same. I really appreciate you being here. Not only are you able to work on your own whips and chisel away at your own projects, but you're also holding me accountable to work on mine and make it happen for me. So I really appreciate you being here and holding me accountable for wrapping up some of my own personal projects. You guys are awesome. For those of you who are in my Crafters Gathering, I will see you tonight in the Crochet Club. For everybody else, I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope you enjoyed this week's tutorial on my channel. And I hope to see you next Wednesday for another Wednesday Whip Knockout. Have a great week, guys. Bye.